See the next attraction. Go back up here. At least we kind of made it look like a circus, huh? It's okay, fam. I know you get excited. I mean, I like having people actually chatting. Is nice.
Look, there's the balloon. It got snagged so they can't pull it down, but nobody can get up there to entangle it. I bet somebody didn't pay attention when he was tying it down. A carousel! I think I can turn it on. Do you have any luminaries?
Turn on the carousel. Yes, I do have luminaries.
I think I can turn this on now. I think you're gonna need to get that beacon working.
This kid is just like on point right now. Our beacon on top of the carousel. This is gonna be interesting. This game has some really cool moments though. I've been enjoying it considering.
Yeah! Woo!
I'm gonna find a good jumping on point though. A pretty big shadow to try and dodge.
Wee, riding cowboy! Get along, little doggies!
Too far.
Oops, sorry. Was I in the way?
You're okay. I think we're gonna shift back in after I do that. It doesn't let me shift back in though after I do that.
Woohoo! Wee! Yay!
You get a pretty big head start to get that going. This is pretty cool.
Are you okay up there? You need any help? Here, jump on this. I think you're gonna need to get that beacon working. Okay, now you can get up to the roof and untangle Daddy's balloon.
Yeah, like that was like this is pretty decent background music. Like, you know, at least it keeps you something coming in, you know? Reach the rooftops, okay. This is different. Oh, I missed it. This is a pretty cool idea for a game, though. I mean, it's got some pretty like the visuals are obviously pretty interesting. It makes the puzzles pretty challenging as well. not like over challenging. Like, these have been pretty.
Here comes the challenger.
Yo, DCB, thanks for the host, man. How you been? Welcome to the stream. Don't mind me being quiet playing Skyrim. Nice. I understand, dude. Game time is hard to come by, for sure. Can't seem to get this to come out. I need to get to the roof apparently, but how do I get up there? I have to jump off here. I'm a boss. Oh. I was trolly as hell just now. This freaking star of death over here. Over here real quick. Thank you for the host, though, DCB. How you been, man? We just grabbed the bottle of booze, but it didn't give me any kind of collectible on it. Yeah, the details are pretty cool. I'm glad they made it more interactive, you know. The stuff that dreams are made of. Act 2. Get to the circumstance. I think we've finished the second act here. It looks like. We've helped our father as well. Get us this shitty circus together. So. You know what the devs were looking at a balance of gameplay to story? I mean, they made it pretty intuitive so far.
Vincenzo came back!
Hey, what do you think, Vincenzo? Did you ever consider trying out for the trapeze?
They're good at what they do, Mr. Fenris. I'll give you that.
I got my balloon back, I got a princess from my puppet theater, and my pirate ship is sailing the bounding main.
So you're a man of your word.
Go ahead, count it. It's all there. Need a hand with your stuff?
My apparatuses are very delicate, and I don't like anyone in my workshop. You provide the audience, Mr. Fenris, and I will provide amazement. Mr. Fenris, why are you organizing this circus? I know who your investors are.
I promised my wife and daughter I'd clean up my act.
But if I don't pull in the crowds for you, those boys are gonna put you in the river.
Without Cat and Dee Dee, I wouldn't care much if they did.
Ah.
So those crowds better come.
I didn't talk to him. I didn't talk to Vincenzo.
You're like, yeah, so I'm your daughter. She and mommy were having a good time together and forgot about me. Mommy should be asking for child support right now, considering you're an amazing magician. Just saying.
Hey! Vincenzo's going to his secret workshop. I can finally talk to him all alone. But where is it?
Act 3. Nope.
Do you think he would ever take me with him? Vincenzo. You know, when he travels all around the world.
Something seems really sketchy about this Vincenzo guy.
Now we go this way. Follow me.
Just saying. He was a little bit strange.
Excuse me, mister. Do you know where Mr. Vincenzo's workshop is?
Yep. Everybody knows where it is. It's by the big clock tower. You can't miss it. But good luck getting inside. No one's ever been.
Thank you. Come on!
Maybe biting off more than she can chew right here, guys. Also, like, the fact that this child was, like, running around in the 1920s on her own. We haven't seen her mom since the first part of the act. She's probably still working at the club, singing. And Daddy's putting her at a circus. We grab this, goodies first. There's actually a solid amount of collectibles in here. I didn't even grab as many as I could have earlier.
Oh no, we just missed him.
I do want to thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a pretty good stream so far. I'm really happy that we have to play an interesting game like this. Get into the secret workshop. Okay. War machine seems to be trash right now. You have 0 luminaries. You need 1 luminary to activate this thing. Oh, it's time to find another luminary. So they make you. So basically, the game makes you find items by exploring. Interesting. Good thing I've been picking up those things anyway. I actually have to find another luminary to be able to get that going.
He's in pretty deep with some bad people, Dee Dee. Maybe he should make good with them first. Right, Johnny?
Maybe I'm no good without my family. Maybe I need my family to make good.
Johnny, if this is another train wreck, it's not just gonna be you and the train this time.
I'm not gonna let it wreck this time. I promise.
I've missed you so much.
Gross. No problem. No, November. Thanks for streaming. It seems like it's gonna be fun. I hope so. I'm looking forward to playing a few of the other titles. This has been really good so far, considering. But I'm looking forward to Blues and Bullets because that one's supposed to be based off of like Elliot Ness and I think Capone and their whole feud. It's like it's a fictional story, but still. Here's the stage for the Great Vincenzo. Go back to where we were before. We found a few luminaries. Yeah, I mean, like, I like the style, like, a lot. I've been thinking about putting together this month of games for, like, you know, quite some time. So, like, it was one of those games that I bought a long time ago anyway. And... okay. Never mind. I could walk on this without dying, but maybe not. Yeah, so I figured, you know, I could... put together a whole month of that kind of stuff, you know. I originally planned an action adventure month too, where I was going to just like play action games like Devil May Cry and Mad Max and just like, you know, hack and slash, Killer is Dead. And I might still do that too later on, probably like early next year. I figured that'd be interesting. but there's a lot of games I've been interested in playing like these, but I just never get around to playing them. And now I finally can. So I want to try and get through some of these games that I've been meaning to play for like, you know, over a year or some of these games now, and actually just play through them. You know, give them a good time. They deserve, basically. Okay, so get to the secret workshop. So how are we supposed to do that? Let's see. That was kind of scary. What the hell was that? Yeah, you have to get to the supposed secret workshop. Sure how though. Oh. This seems a bit harder. Assuming I have to get to that window up there, maybe? Yeah, let's see what we can do here. I can't see. Can't really see what's going on that side of the room. So I turn. It's gonna be hard. I don't understand. Wait, what? There are enough games to do it? Yeah, I've got enough games to do it for sure. I got plenty of games. I got plenty of games I haven't even touched yet, like Enslaved, which is like the one based off of the Monkey King action game with Andy Serkis. I haven't played that one either yet. Killer is Dead. I played Devil May Cry, the remake. That was actually my first stream on Twitch was actually that game. I played the Devil May Cry game. That was my first official stream. I played a few streams on like Xbox One just to see what I could actually do on there. And then when I first launched my stream on my computer and everything, it was my first game. I had a 12-hour stream where we almost beat Devil May Cry in one sitting. But yeah, it was my first stream, and now it's been like a year and a half since that happened. Also, yeah, Shadows of Mordor will be on there. You know, it'll be a lot of pretty cool action games. I can say Attack on Titan is great. I hate they are bringing it out in episodes, but wait for it to get on sale. Wait, Attack on Titan's in episode form? Really? I didn't know that. It's so good that this is a neat idea on not only playing of Shadows, but the entire theme of this room. Yeah. One hiccup won't stop the show. What do you mean a hiccup? What's been going on? Not a hiccup. Let's see here. Let's try maybe moving. Wish I could see the whole room. Am I supposed to get this up first? I could put the ball in there. We can get the ball on this one. We can move it over to that side. The thing is, I just don't understand. I don't understand how I'm supposed to be able to see what to do with this side of the room if I can't actually see it on the camera. It's pretty tough. Turning the other way. That almost kind of worked. And the first game is really just the first season? Yeah, but like, are you playing like full price for like the full season, or is it like, you know, $20 an episode or something, like for Saga? I didn't know there was a second season out yet. Did they actually release a second season finally? Yeah, I'm trying to see what I can do here. Go here. It seems to play music when I'm not near it. Yeah, it looks like it could kind of work, maybe. Oh, progress. What is this room about? Hey, but you can't get back up there. We have to get over there. Really? You can't get back up there. So we found our way up here. I don't know what's in this other window though. We need to get this ball up there somehow. I don't know, I just got the game they put out and I love it, but it's worth $59. Play it now, just watch it play through and wait on sale. Yeah, I feel like it seemed like it had, like the gameplay seemed okay, but it seemed like it would get repetitive after a while. Especially if you already know the story. But I don't know. Okay, so let's try and move this thing. The ball's getting tossed around here. Where'd it go? Where'd the ball go? Wasn't Batman part as both? Because it wasn't finished. I mean, I can add it there. Replace all that. I mean, I've played The Wolf Among Us before already, and that's definitely a great one. But I could try Batman instead. But I kind of just wanted to play it all when it was finished. But depending, yeah, if I have other games that I don't get around to for you, I could add that to the list. You're a Batman hater. Why does everyone hate Batman lately? Seems to be a common theme. We found a lot of Batman hate amongst my friends. I know Siren's not a fan. Siren Sizzle. Far this way. It's up here. Get higher. Can we get much higher? That's high enough. Can't open the wall there. Need a right angle to be able to get that. It's too hard to get that angle on this side. That might work. I've always been more of a Punisher fan because I can at least get him and have an okay, I see why you did that feeling. I mean, Punisher is understandable, but I mean, Batman, he's doing the same thing, just he doesn't kill. They're both fighting crime, but you know, Batman incapacitates people. Punisher kills them so they can't come back. He doesn't really care about the justice system. He thinks the justice system failed. So he'd rather just, you know, take care of it himself. Just one giant war down. I mean, I guess I can understand from a standpoint of someone with the Punisher in the first place. So it's all just a war crime. I actually really liked the arc on Daredevil season 2 of him. Yeah, I mean, they definitely gave the Punisher some good like motivations, and they made him interesting, so I agree with that. But like, Batman has his own complexities as well, but it's not as cut and dry. I'm trying to figure out how to get this ball up here, man. Do you guys see any angles here that would work good for a ball? I have to find a way to get this ball like to this floor. The floor up there. You didn't see much of his money going to help folks. He does have. He has an entire like foundation and charity. He had entire hospitals built in the name of. Yeah, so he also paid for the orphanage that kept kids like him. You know, he had Alfred. But there's definitely money being thrown around by Batman. As far as that goes, he definitely takes care of the kids. Now in the movies, I can't talk about the movies because you know, Martha. I can't talk about that shit. Like, can't say anything about that. But I mean, you can say the same thing though. Like, I mean, like Punisher doesn't really focus on money. He basically uses money like to fund his enterprises. He's not really, you know, going out of his way to start a charity or anything. Okay, there's gotta be something we can do in here with this ball because the other room doesn't make sense. Maybe put the ball in here. Get up there first. When you boil it down, it gives it much better than the Joker or Penguin. Wait, what? Oh, hold on. You have to explain yourself there. Like, Batman has hypocritical moments, sure. But... the Joker just thrives off of chaos and he wants to be the life of the party. Like, he likes to be the one to show up Batman. That's kind of what it is. Sure, some of these villains have you know, pretty much spawned almost because of Batman. But at the end of the day, they're just crazy. But the crazy people. No one created them. I'd say there's been less of Batman's characters being created by him than some of the other characters, like Marvel characters. In the movies, yeah. But comics, nah. Batman's going out of his way to try and help people. Harvey Dent. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this ball, guys. I'm kind of like... I feel like this is like towards the end of the game. Or something. And we're kind of hitting that point, so they made it hard. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this ball. Like, how do I make this shit happen? Watch myself. We want the ball up here. We can put in this thing for whatever reason. Can't seem to figure out how to get it up there. Yeah, I figured I could throw the ball on one of the things, but it won't let me on this wall over here. Well, it won't let me phase the ball in on that wall. I try. There's another door over there. I don't know how to get to it from here, though. they can get up there. We could like break the symbol, we could maybe do something with that. Oh, I made it. I actually made it, holy shit. Without the ball. How does that work? Not complaining. I don't know if we were supposed to make it that way or not, but we did. Like, I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to go or not, but good enough for me. It's vague when it's like get inside the workshop. It doesn't give me anything else more detailed, so it's just like where'd I go next? Floor machine elevation research. I'm guessing we're gonna get up there. Weird music. The balls of distraction, yeah, just a troll to throw me off. So does Batman. He took away the antagonist from Batman. He would just be some right guy. He dies off of it. I mean, like, Batman has a compulsion that won't ever end. It won't stop. It's a curse. So to a certain extent, I think that he thrives off of that because of the chance of the city being saved. But really, I can get what you're saying there. But he would still fight crime, though, like even if there weren't, like, you know, a Joker around, or at least give the cops the position to actually do something about it. What is this? Science picture, okay. Yeah, exactly how I did it, guys. Doesn't matter how, but we did it. Interesting shadows. It's kind of weird how they like took away the other camera angles, so you can't really see everything. Yo, amazing. What's up, man? Yeah, this is Contrast. It's like a pretty interesting game. It's got some shadow puzzle solving, and the story's been interesting so far. Trying to figure out what to do here exactly. How's it going, Amazing? I think I saw you streaming earlier this morning when I was getting ready to go out. Reminds me, I did go see Doctor Strange. I'm gonna probably say that for another show. Talking about that movie, but it was pretty cool. Definitely pretty trippy. I would say you may not want to go under the influence, that's for sure. You'll be scared. I'm trying to figure out, like... Oh, you can move this way, okay. I thought you could just move up and down, but you actually move everywhere, so that makes more sense. Okay, so let's see. So you can basically play around with shadows, and you have to try and create platforms for your character to actually be able to use. Okay, so I think we want this on that side of the room. Maybe not. Yeah, I was streaming Project Argos and Alpha. Is that for like Armor 3? Is it like a mod or is it like a legit thing? Okay, hold on. Let's see exactly what. Okay, apparently that's too much. Phase through a giant door. Okay, so I think this is where we're supposed to wait for tight squeeze, but okay. May have figured it out, guys, so I'm not sure if this is high enough though. Just short. And also standalone from the makers of Armor 3. It's literally a light version of Armor 3. Okay, it's free. Interesting. Just a little bit higher. I think this might work. Pretty big. It's too tight. This is a bit tricky here. I think that should be doable. This sounds like a song I would write, so I'm going to have to get it out of my head. It's really good, really. That's kind of good.
Here comes a new challenger.
Yo, Nighthawks. Welcome. How are you doing, my friend? I think you were streaming before I started streaming. I think I saw you on. Maybe. I'm trying to get myself enough space to actually be able to squeeze in here, but not making it easy on me. Thank you for the host, Nighthawk. So you guys check them out. You know, if you guys, I was just talking to Tripping about playing wrestling, WWE 2K17. He said he was playing, and if you want to catch some pro wrestling action, he's the one to go to. Nighthawks. That's a pretty cool wrestling league he does on the side. And quality entertainment. I really enjoy it. I'm gonna let him stop by. Yeah, this looks more doable. Here. There we go. Ooh, finally pulled it off. Anyone coming from Nighthawk stream, my name is DennyVonDoom. You come in on a game called Contrast. It's a puzzle game. This is the middle of Noir November. This is our first night playing mystery titles. We're playing a bunch of crime thrillers, mysteries, and puzzle games. And so far it's been pretty awesome. So I've been really enjoying it. We'll be playing a bunch of variety games here. Yeah, feel free to hang out. I am DennyVonDoom, leader of the Legion of Doom. Always good to see you guys. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I forgot, you know, I meant to hit you up. Because me and A-Town were hanging out, you know, we had DennyCon action going down. Nighthawks is actually in Chicago too. So we should totally meet up sometime when I can make that happen. What's happening here? I think someone's sleeping? That's kind of creepy. We're playing this game called Contrast, and basically, you know, it's been pretty interesting. It sounds cool. Yeah, you know, if you like if you like WWE or you like watching the wrestling, he puts on a full out show, a full lineup. You know, some pay-per-view events. It's pretty cool. But if you guys want to check out some entertaining wrestling action, follow Nighthawks. Show him some love. He does all the announcing himself as well for the simulations, which is pretty cool. They create wrestlers. They take wrestlers. You can actually join his stream, and he'll make a wrestler based on your qualifications and name it. Stuff. Pretty cool. Why? Let me jump on your head real quick. I appreciate that. Just wanted to jump on his head, and he was like, nah. This is pretty cool. Yeah, I know it's getting pretty chilly out from time to time now. But did you celebrate with the Cubs? Did you do any of that celebration action? I was gonna go to the parade, but I saw all the people going in there, and I was like, yeah, kind of have anxiety. I don't know if I can get that many people in one place. It's pretty weird right now. These pictures. So basically, long story short, this game, there were some interesting characters. Mainly this little girl, and she has this supposedly imaginary friend, which I'm playing as right now. You can walk on shadows and have some pretty cool powers. But her family isn't doing too well. Her family's kind of on the ruts right now. He has a kind of deadbeat dad who's got a bunch of harebrained schemes to try and get money quick. And her mom is a singer at a nightclub, and it does not seem to be working out very well in the long run. So she's trying to help out her family. Interesting. This is a pretty elaborate supposed workshop, gotta say. So we've been helping out around here because the daughter has been trying to help her dad to kind of get his shit together. Because apparently he's decided to invest all of his money into a circus, but of course he borrowed money from the mob for this circus. So probably not the best idea. So he's borrowed like a solid like almost $30,000 from the circus basically just to get this shit going. Okay, I see now. We got the ball. Got that thing here. We have the ball now. What do we do with it? Hey, is it the same room we were in before when we started? It is the same room, but it's just lower now. We're like a floor lower than we were before, maybe? Or am I just tripping right now? That's interesting. We got a ball in our hands. What can we do with it? I still have not figured out what to do with this ball, guys. This freaking ball. What is its purpose in life, guys? What is the purpose? What is the dream? What am I missing? The only reason I gave a shit was because I heard about a 101-year-old lady express her love for the Cubs. I really hope she got to see that. Yeah, there was a 108-year-old lady too who was looking for the show. I'm looking for them to win, and they did. She got really excited. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's just chop this right here real quick. That didn't work. Yeah, so this is a game called Contrast. It's got some interesting story elements, but so far, yeah, it's been not so bad. I like the puzzle solving aspect, and also the style is pretty cool. It's got this old timey feel. It's supposed to be like in the 1920s, so it definitely shows. Yeah, so you can't go through double walls, apparently, double pillars. You can go through one, but not two. So there are a lot of things I've seen old folks see. My grandma says horse and buggies to learn to drive a car. Yeah, like that's... time is definitely relative. Which, I mean, compared to Doctor Strange, I was mentioning earlier, time is definitely an important part of that story. In an interesting way. This is getting really complex right here. Well. Brittany. Look who decided to show up here. I'm glad you made time between all the Capcom Cup action and whatever tournament you're watching. Glastonbury Weekly. Illusionist goes dark, but the lights are still on. Fans of the Unreal have long been waiting for the amazing Vincenzo to come to Glastonbury early this spring. The Strode Theater announced a string of 10 performances by an increasingly famous illusionist this July. Unfortunately, rather than making things disappear and reappear, as his wont, the Strode has announced that the young magician will not be appearing at all. The reason was given by Strode or no reason was given by Strode or by representatives of Maestro Vincisco. Fortunately, there are still numerous performances of the amazing and fantastical about town. The Cirque Lafayette has rigged its big top in ruins of Abbey, promising acrobats, dancing bears, and a variety of amusing and alarming freaks. Madame Lanternau has returned to Archer's Way to tell the fortunes of travelers, blah blah blah. So, yeah, article illusionist cancels shows, no reason given. Sketchy. So the great Vincenzo might not even go up.
What are you doing here? Who are you? How did you get in?
Through the big clock?
You went through the clockwork? How? Who are you with?
It's a puzzle, right?
It's meant to keep strangers out.
It's a very good puzzle.
Not good enough, apparently.
But I'm not a stranger. I'm Dee Dee Melankaya.
Oh. Your mother put you up to this, didn't she?
He thinks I'm doing my homework. I wanted to meet you.
I didn't ask for a child, all right?
You didn't want a child?
What would I do with one? I'm a busy man. My apparatuses are precise. They take months to hone. How would I have the time? That is what I told her.
I'm sorry.
I travel. I'm going on tour for 6 months. Budapest, Istanbul, Calcutta, Shanghai. I dine out with dukes and gangsters.
But I could help you with your apparatuses. I'm good with puzzles. You could train me. I won't be any trouble.
You broke my left-handed induction coil. That took me a week to tune.
I'm sorry.
I told your mother all of this years ago. What is her phone number? Okay, see? This is what I'm talking about.
What a
This
dick.
is what I can't have. Your mother cried every week. You're better off with Kat. A little girl should be with her mother.
What a douchebag.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to come to see my show?
No.
Well, here's 2 tickets in case you change your mind.
Okay.
Let's get Kat on the phone,
Well, that didn't go the way she wanted it to go. You ended up seeing Doctor Strange. It's a pretty decent movie. I saw Doctor Strange too right before before I started streaming. Yeah, it had some pretty cool moments in there. Some pretty solid. I like how they handled most of the characters. Only thing that kind of bothered me was the sense of time throughout the film. I felt like the time frame of which things were happening wasn't quite explained in a way that made it relative to the severity of what was happening on screen. But there was, I want to say it was pretty solid. It was a really good origin story told there. Benedict Cumberbatch did a great job. Some really cool action scenes. It just kind of, it lost the pacing of time, like between like Strange's training and, you know, things that are happening, like, you know, forces attacking. That's the only complaint I have, really, the really major complaint. But as far as like the actual powers and stuff go, it had the Marvel movie feel to it. There's 2 after credit scenes. You guys can check them out. Both of them are pretty relative to the stories, but yeah, I think it was pretty quality. And I think they started shopping this in 2015. They just didn't have the backing. Really glad to see it made it a good game. Yeah, I remember I saw a bits and pieces of this game originally because I remember it being free on PSN or something like that for a while. But yeah, meet Dee Dee back at the stage. The stage. But so far, I mean, it's been pretty cool. The stage.
What do I do with you? Lock you up? Put bars on the windows? I can't stay at home all night and watch you.
I know.
I'm not one of those secretaries who punch out at 5. I'm a rising star, right? Did Johnny know about this? Because I'm gonna kill him.
I just wanted to talk to Vincenzo.
I never should have let him back. I just wanted...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Vincenzo's Theater of the Unreal.
I knew it! I knew this was another one of Johnny's pipe dreams. You screwed up again, didn't you?
Johnny, what's going on? Is this part of the show?
I got it.
They're getting antsy. They're gonna want their money back.
If you give them their money back, you can't pay us.
It's all under control. I just gotta go find a spare bulb, fuse, something.
Why can't he get anything right? We're gonna have to fix this one too.
This is like so bad. Depressing as hell right now.
We need to light up the stage somehow.
His daughter seems to have the only sense in this entire family. This noir effect is godlike though, Denny. Well, thank you, Brittany. I appreciate that. You know, I think I've done a pretty good job. I think. You know, but we have some more games coming up in the next couple weeks. So we'll be using the effect more for. But it's been working out pretty well. Glad you enjoy it. Exactly what I would say to my child if I had one. Really, Brittany, get out of here. Don't believe you. Alright, let's see here. He looks pretty upset. There'll be riots in the streets, guys. Riots in the streets. Let's see, what would be the best way to get this fixed then? Get to the lighthouse. Oh, that's the lighthouse. Okay. It's a pretty big freaking... Okay, let's just try and find a way there. 2 stingers, that's cool. Yeah, like Marvel's pushing it pretty hard. But I mean, I'm happy for Doctor Strange because it's a different type of character and film. Was it better than the animated movie they did? It was pretty much on par. It's pretty much almost exactly the same.
This is a weird lighthouse. Do you think it's some kind of science lab?
The first film, there's no sister involved. He was trying to save.
I think this is what lights up the lights up there. Let me see if I can fix it.
Like, this girl, like, I mean, can we, like, give her a scholarship or something? I mean, goddamn. She's been fixing everything in this game. How about you guys stop trying to lock her up in the house and try and get her a damn scholarship for somewhere? Okay. Get the light shining onto the stage. Go find out I do that. Yes. What do you get? Are we supposed to go to the lighthouse? I'm not even sure. Back here. That's cool to actually have a full side to this place. Just figured they weren't gonna have one. That's a wall there, okay. Never mind. Invisible wall. Go back to the stage and see if we can fix it now. Yep, oh god. Goodbye, money. Da, 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 da. And we got the light. Get the light shining on the stage. How the hell did we even get up there? I'm confused by this objective right now. Yeah, Doctor Strange was pretty quality. Like, I mean, like, I say that it's got a really cool origin story just because of how like pompous and arrogant Strange is at the beginning of the film. They did a really good job of showing that, like, you know, he thinks he's the guy, he's the man. It's got some pretty cool lessons in it, some words, but there were some questions left unanswered too, though, that I wasn't even sure about yet. And how do we get this going? So without spoiling anything, like, there's some pretty cool, like, trippy scenes in there. I want to say, like, you know, I wasn't, like, completely, like, super mind blown by it, like some people were. Like, they're like, oh my god, this is, like, you know, the most crazy, mind-blowing cinematic experience ever in life. That's true to a certain extent, you know, like, if you haven't seen a bunch of other action films, there are some things on Doctor Strange that are pretty cool that you don't really see anywhere else. But unfortunately, there is Inception that did kind of throw off some of the stuff they were doing as far as like action goes. But there were some really cool magic scenes too, though, like some pretty cool stuff that you don't really see. There we go. Some stuff you don't really see outside of some of these scenarios. And the idea of like using like the idea of harnessing energy, I was like, they explain a few things in the film that I kind of put together, but they put it in kind of in a way that makes it seem between magic and science, which is kind of interesting. Like I was like, okay, you know, let's see what we got here. It was a pretty interesting mixture of things. Like they put together the idea of there being energy harnessed by other realities or realms, and then harnessing that energy and using it for spells, or like basically as a source code for creating things. And so it's like, is it like how much of it is magic? How much of it is actually science? I mean, it's interesting. I want to see it again at some point. You know, it was a must-see in movies, though. I mean, like, to be honest, like, there's one scene. Like, the 3D was definitely well done, and like the action was well done, and I'm glad I saw it in theaters. But I don't think that it's necessarily like a must-see in theaters. Like originally when people were talking about it, it seemed like it was being like a mind-blowing event. There's one scene in the film that was truly like, holy shit, this is like bigger than me right now, and that was really cool. Like, actually, there were two scenes like that. Like, and I gotta say that those were definitely better because they were in 3D and they were in a major scale motion picture on a giant screen. Those two scenes were pretty cool, in full 3D all of its glory. I'd say that there were two pretty awesome scenes like that in there, and then, like the story itself is actually different. It's completely different than any other Marvel movie, as far as like the actual characters and like where it goes throughout the film. But some of it, the story itself ends up being kind of small scale in the term of things for a while, and then it opens back up again. And you're like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I was kind of surprised for it going here, and then it gets like way big. And then you're like, okay, I wasn't prepared for that either. What do you have on, Vodka? I have on a suit. You know, I'm rocking the suit right now. This is Noir November. I'm a detective. We're solving mysteries and crimes. And this is a game where we're actually just solving a mystery. With a mixture of mystery and puzzles. But, you know, welcome to the first installment of Noir November. I hope to see you hanging out more often. Hopefully you're feeling better. I know you already said you were sick. I'm glad to see you up and trying to chat. So what do we do with this light right now? How does this work? The light going around here. Yeah, I see the box. What do we do with the box? Let me get this light to move. You move it up, okay. There's blood on it. Two boxes. Interessante. Okay, like how do I... Well, I probably still won't see it, but I'm glad people enjoyed it. Like I would say, like if you're into like comic movies, it's worth seeing. If you're looking for like, you know, a must-see film, I don't know like if I'm just becoming jaded on superhero movies, but it's really hard to kind of like wow me. There was like this one scene I don't want to spoil for you guys. It was like that shit wowed me. I was like, oh my god, this is like crazy, super trippy shit going on. Like, there's just a scene that involves Strange, and, like, the Ancient One was showing him the vast possibilities of how infinite universes and all this kind of shit would end up if you actually had that kind of power. And she gives him a taste of that fucking power, and it gets pretty crazy. It's, like, just super trippy stuff. And that was pretty awesome to see, like, on screen. But, and I like the story overall. And I like Strange, I like the character. And the magic stuff was pretty cool, but there's just not, except for like the ensemble films, like it's kind of hard to really push for the single films anymore for me. Not because it wasn't good, it was, but I don't think it was like when I have to pay $20 to go see. Only film I think like right now I'm excited for like that now again is still Black Panther. Like Doctor Strange I was really hyped for, and it's good, but I've kind of tempered my expectations a little bit compared to some of the other movies I've seen after getting let down by shit like Suicide Squad and stuff like that. Take off the fedora? No, vodka. I will not take off the fedora. All right, I will tip my fedora even lower for you. Here you go. Let me put it on a slant for you. All right, vodka, please. So is it thirst because you want him to take things off? Oh my gosh, vodka, please. Have you been keeping up with your painting? What have you been painting, vodka? What have you been up to? So vodka, she paints, you know, amazing things. Oh, okay, I see. Strats are real. Okay, so you can stretch this around here somewhere. Maybe over here. They're getting really trippy at these puzzles now. Got one box. Yay. Progress. Don't believe the hype canon from DennyVonDoom. I mean, like, it's just more like, you know, I've seen a lot of superhero movies. And Doctor Strange has, I gotta say, I mean, Doctor Strange has a really good origin. And it's done really well in this film. They give plenty of time to his origin story and just him learning on how to use his abilities. But then when it comes time for like the magic portion, it started to skip a bit. It's like They acknowledge that he's new to it. That's where my gripe runs into it, because at that point, like during the film, he goes from, you know, trying to get his hands back to, you know, trying to realize how to use magic and that kind of stuff, and that's fine. But then there's a loss of sense of time at that point. Like it goes from like him training to him like kind of getting the hang of things to him like mastering things, and there's no like sense of time there between how much time has passed between him starting and him ending the journey. You know what I mean? So it all becomes this giant like void, like blank space, where you're like, okay, I guess it's been a long time for him to learn how to do that, like compared to everyone else, or is he really just that good, or is it just hard work? You know? Like clearly he has abilities beyond, you know, the normal sorcerer, but it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what's happening, you know, in that frame. So like that's my biggest gripe with the film, pretty much. And I'm sure they probably have some more stuff in the deleted scenes they probably left out. How do I use this? Look at the casting. I mean, I understand. Like, a lot of people were like really, you know, upset about the casting the way it was, and I understand why. Ah, I missed it. Yeah, this is not what I'm doing. Ain't nobody trying to watch Benedict Cumberpickle. Like, he did a good job in the film. Like they definitely got the right person for the film, as far as like Doctor Strange goes. Now, as far as the rest of the casting, I mean, if you guys want to complain about that, that's fine. But the lead role, he was definitely the right person for the job. Like he looks like Doctor Strange. He's got the whole look down pat, for sure. I forgot the box, damn it. I need that box. Give me that box. I'm just saying I'll come at you directly, not in front of A-Town. Well, I believe you. I believe what you're saying there. And pick up what you're putting down. Put it down on me. I gotta be fast here because I have to get back on this side before. I would borrow from a friend after they got it from the Walmart bundle. Like, I mean, like the film itself is actually solid. Like, I enjoy the movie more than fucking Suicide Squad, that's for sure. As far as like, the thing is that one of the things that kind of lacks for Marvel right now, which is still a problem, is the villains. Even though this film, I'm not gonna spoil, but you know, the supposed main villain of the movie. And I love some Matt Mikkelsen. I love some Matt Mikkelsen because I love Hannibal, and he was a great Hannibal in that show. But they didn't give him as much to work with in this movie. They have him trying to play a kind of conflict. And they use it to a certain extent for Mordo, like Mordo, to kind of get him in the right place to become who he is. But there's just not as much drama there as you would like it to be. Like it's kind of forced. And that's because they're working with, you know, these characters that don't have as much of a grand villain roster or rogues gallery, and it shows sometimes. But overall, I mean, like, that was kind of just you know, nitpicking, just nitpicky stuff. I think they've been doing a pretty good job otherwise with most of everything. I mean, I understand what you're saying about the casting, like, you know, and everyone was like, there's been a movie that's whitewashed, and I mean, like, really, the only role that you can really complain about is the Ancient One. I understand why people would. Picture of a girl's shadow beside a woman walking down the sidewalk. That's creepy as shit. That would scare the crap out of me. This picture right here? Nope. Need to ask my mom for reparations that they ain't want to pay because they didn't want the people to know their family had slaves, and I didn't know Doctor Strange was white, but you know Hollywood. Doctor Strange, I mean, he is white. He's rich and white. He's like rich and white. He's like Doctor Strange and Tony Stark are kind of come from the same place. It's just that one lost, you know, ability to keep his heart safe, and the other one lost his hands. Now, like, you know, a movie about rich and entitled white people becoming superheroes. I understand that being an argument, you know, compared to other characters that might need that kind of a shine. But, like, Doctor Strange himself was done really well. That was probably the best casting. You know, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But he did a good job as Baron Mordo. Wong was basically pretty, like Drax, pretty much just kind of hard, you know, comic relief. But they did him well too. It wasn't like, you know, cheesy. Tilda Swinton did a pretty good job as the Ancient One. She had a vulnerability to her that I wasn't expecting from the character. Like, she was actually vulnerable at times. It wasn't just, you know, I'm the Ancient One, I know all, respect me, and just do shit. You know, she questioned things, and she had a weakness there. She wasn't sure if Strange is the right guy or not, you know? It wasn't all foretold to her, foreseen. And that was interesting to me. I liked that part of the film, the fact that, you know, it wasn't all foreseen beforehand. You know, she was actually just really going on a whim, hoping it would work out. And that's cool. But I mean, it could have totally been played by an Asian character. An Asian, you know, woman or male. You know, it could have totally been done that way. But I think she did a good job. But it wasn't like, you know... I mean, I understand people were so upset about it, but at the same time, like, after watching the film, it's like... Really... The way the script was written here, there's not as much that we work with the character. Like, the main focus was on Strange and his whole, like, journey finding himself. But I mean, if you want to push it, you know, from like that standpoint, I know a lot of people are really still upset about it. Like, oh, you know, whitewashing Marvel, blah blah blah. I mean, look, Black Panther's coming out in a year. I'm happy about that. Dr. William James, professor of psychology at Harvard University, author of Pluralistic Universe and the Meaning of Truth, founder the American Society for is that even a word now? Psychical Research. What? It's 1922, I guess. The English is just trash. December 2nd, 8 p.m., Frost Hall. The astronomically visible universe is but one possibility. Other universes may exist that parallel our own. Instead of all possible universes is the multiverse. Oh my god, it's Doctor Strange again. They talk a lot about multiverse in that movie. But what significance does the multiverse hold for epistemology and eschatology? Do new universes spring into existence as a consequence of free will? Can entities cross over between parallel universes? Dr. James will also detail his investigations into the multiverse via mystical experiences and experiments with nitrous oxide and peyote. It's an interesting combination. A lecture by Dr. William James, Investigations into the Multiverse via Mythical Experiences. Interessante. What's going on here? Huh. What I don't like with what we do often in the West is we just say this person is bad. We don't really explore the reason why this person is bad. That is some Silent Hill shit. I mean, like they kind of explain, but it's just that the reason why wasn't deep enough, and like they needed more to flesh out the villain in that way. Like his reasoning was made sense. The reason why the villain is doing what he's doing made sense to me. It's just that it wasn't deep enough in my mind to really like go, okay, you're really kind of just killing people right now because of this. Like, I mean, it makes sense in the long run, but the problem with Marvel's films right now is that when it comes to their villain, it only hits like one or two notes. The notes make sense, and they somewhat justifies to a certain extent for depending on which movie it is. But it's just not a longing feeling there. Like the Joker, he just wanted chaos in the films he was in, like in the last film, and that worked out because of how he was pretty much just, you know, an agent of chaos the entire film to lead other people together in different ways. But in this movie, when there's so much going on, like in the villain's kind of more, you know, he's a fallen student and everything else. It's just not really bringing much new to the table as far as that goes. I mean, it all works textbook wise, but there's not really any revolutionary storytelling going on here at all. You know, it's a pretty simple script, which seems to be kind of like what Marvel's leaning more towards lately, with their way the movies are going. Because it's a lot more straightforward, point A to point B. So I'm looking forward to Black Panther. I think Black Panther could be pretty interesting, since there's a lot of unknown territory going on there. And a lot of ways to kind of do that right. Whitewashing Ghost in the Shell pissed me off. Yeah, I'm not happy about that either. I still won't watch it because I expect more. They get mad at me getting pissy, but if I don't see your film after I at least let you know, oh well, I can keep my money in my pocket. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that it's a problem that you guys don't want to see the film. I understand exactly why people don't want to see it. I'm just saying that, you know, after seeing the film, it wasn't really like a rule. I was like, okay, there should have definitely been someone Asian or something. It just wasn't enough film there to really say one way or the other. Like, I mean, the role was cool, but it's not like, you know, someone missed out on a major role here. It was more like in between. You know, if you guys ever see like a movie like there's no like Heath Ledger level stuff going on here as far as like the characters go. Like besides Strange himself, everyone around him is kind of like they got their own motivations, but there's no one like really pulling that kind of relationship out of them. There could have been if it was a deeper movie, but it's not like that deep. Yeah, like I mean, well, DC, I can't really. The motivation is not there, but Marvel tries. This film, it tried a bit, but I'll probably do. I'll do a podcast about it. I'll let you guys know when it airs. I don't get too sidetracked if you don't actually finish this game. So let's I'm gonna go ahead. Missing illusionist sought an affair of missing assistant. Wait. So we're saying that the good old. Let me just read this real quick. Scotland Yard is searching for noted illusionist Mr. Arthur Lazo in connection with the disappearance of his magician's assistant, Miss Aurora Rose. Late of Chipping Norton, Miss Rose was last seen on stage at the Baker Street Theater during Mr. Lazo's famous illusion act. Mr. Lazo is well known for making his pretty assistants disappear and reappear. On the evening of October 28th, however, he neglected to fulfill the second part of his act. Detained by police, Mr. Lasso proclaimed his own bafflement at Miss Rose's failure to return to the stage per modus operandi. She's supposed to vanish into thin air, stated Mr. Lasso, but she's supposed to come back. Police investigator Giles Lestrade like a Sherlock Holmes article. Giles Lestrade determined to sign of foul play indeed. Police found no sign whatsoever of the continued physical existence of Miss Rose on this mortal plane. Mr. Illisoul was released from custody on Thursday, and now it would appear that he too has gone missing. Mr. Illisoul's performances at Baker Street have been cancelled, and belongings remain in his room, and mysteriously, the maids report that some of his clothes have been displaced by a party or parties unknown. Persons in possession of the information in regards to this whereabouts of Mr. Illisoul or of Miss Rose are requested to inform the yard. So that's some that's definitely some Sherlock Holmes type stuff right there. Falling Yard, Baker Street. The Soul family tree. What the hell's going on here? Yeah, you guys can catch up the Doomcast. I do have a podcast that I'm working on. I would do a few more episodes of the Doomcast, and I plan on actually switching names to the show. And I'm gonna get some more stuff going on SoundCloud, iTunes, all that jazz, starting up early next year. So it should be pretty interesting. But I always like to have guests. You guys can chat with me on those days when we have podcasts and we have conversations. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Deacon, like, why not pick an Asian character when you have the chance to? I just feel like Marvel just really wouldn't be really PG about it. They just really didn't want to even step into that kind of boundary. They've been avoiding those characters on purpose, which I feel like is lazy. Like, instead of just trying to figure out how to make those characters work in the realm of their, you know, situation, but Disney is Disney, so giant conglomerate. Vincenzo Illisoul. So what is this bloodline? What is this? Elena Popola? So he's part of his bloodline apparently. He's part of the bloodline of the illusionist with the missing lady. But what does that mean? What does it mean, guys? The plot thickens. Someone's bringing out how this works. Your original Ghost of the Shield, Ghost in the Shell fan? Yeah, I'm not watching that film. No way. It's like when they try to make that Akira movie that was gonna star like Leonardo DiCaprio and like Colin Farrell or some shit. Just why? It's supposed to be like a Neo New York, the Neo Tokyo. Like, why even do it at that point? Why even make the movie if you're not gonna even incorporate most of the things from it? Like, a movie like Akira was so tied to where it's, you know, its origin in Japan, and then you're just like, oh, you know what? We're gonna make it Neo New York now, in the middle of Manhattan, because America. Picture depicting the Shadow Dimension's effect on the world. Interesting. So does he know about this dimension, or? Someone's been trying to work out how to make this happen in terms of light projection and shadow. They've been putting in a lot of work here. Look at all this research. It's kind of interesting. There's a lot they need to get shining there. Flux on them. Them cheeks. You gotta hit that pose, you know, when the girlfriend comes home. You know, with a nice slice of cake in one hand. You put the cake up there. You're like, honey, I've been waiting all night for you. Kira, Ghost in the Shell, Dominion Tank Police, and Vampire Hunter D. Yeah. I grew up with a lot of those too. I still love stuff like Lupin the Third. I heard Lupin the Third's movie was pretty cool. It just released in Japan recently. I might watch that at some point. Christian Skeleton in the Shadow. Yeah, someone's been doing a lot of research and experimenting here because this is not a coincidence. Guys, can we leave now? Of course it won't be that easy, right? Jump man, jump man, jump man. Platforming. Can I get like some paint on this? Exposition Universal 1900. Got some translation there though. Sciences Physiques Vincencio. Interesting. Looks like us, guys. Vincenzo and Don. So did he experiment on her? Kiss my black ass on that one. Wow. I wonder if he was part of this. But why is all this stuff in the lighthouse? What was he doing up here in the first place? so we have to be able to use that thing to move this box. Get a light to get in here. So. Move this light. Did he know he did? This is exploring a lot of lore though. Yeah, it's interesting, but I wonder. Been quite the game. Ah! It's been quite the game, though, guys. I gotta say. Not surprised me. Got some elements in there, like mixture of puzzles and like Portal. Nice. We have to get the box up here somehow. Where to go next. Yeah, they're really putting out the stops to the shadow workings. Yeah, that's definitely true. We can't do anything with that. So, not even the power of this yet. We have that box down. Let's move this back. So now we gotta find a way to get this box up here. Yeah, that's over here. We're gonna use this to get the box up there first. Definitely make you work for it, that's for sure. Which is being really weird. I can't interact with it if I want to. There we go. think we're ready. Well, yeah, like, I mean, like, you know, the enjoyment level will be, based off of, a lot of times your ability to solve the puzzle. It's good and bad. Need more light here. That's good. Come on. So I can't do that apparently. I just have to move the box by itself now. We can move the box over here. Then we can phase the box out. Here. Now, we'll do it the hard way. Yeah, I heard about Inside. I played a bit of Limbo a long time ago, but I haven't beaten that game. But that might be on a list for a different day. Yeah, let's see if we can get this across without killing us. Killing the box. Oh, what? Come on. Oh, thank God, the shit came back up here. I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be so pissed just now if it didn't show up again. Get in there and stay in there, box. Let's try this again. This is really tricky. Shit right here first. Why doesn't it not pass through this one? Okay, I don't understand. That's what they do. I try to walk through. Try to walk through again. Maybe I get my light, which is on. There's not enough light to be able to spread to both sides. It's like it was like perfectly lined up, I think. Just barely enough to get through. There's not enough time. Oh my gosh. Okay. As soon as I get over here, just stand here and wait. Thank you. Praise the sun. And I like... Okay, now let me move this light. That was hard. Thank you. Finally, guys, we did it. Progress was had. That's a light you can respect right there. It's bright as hell. Of course, I feel up there. Of course we do. This is that kind of game. Did it, Reddit? Yeah. Now I have to figure out how to get on this wall without dying terrible death. So we could walk on this thing. They don't want me shut down. It's a little bit tricky, but making progress.
Are you coming home?
After a few days, the princess got to wondering.
Why our dad kept trying to give her away?
It's getting depressing. No. Mario 2, what's up, man? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Come on. That's a baller outfit. Well, thank you. You know, I try from time to time. Yeah, okay.
You think you're gonna jitterbug your way back into our lives with a lot of sweet talk?
That's the past, kid. I've changed.
What the? This is really finicky. This area. Let me just phase in first.
How can I believe you, Johnny? Your lips are moving.
Okay. Well, we can do that to you, I guess. Just die again.
I need my family. Maybe I'm no good without my family. Maybe I need my family to make good.
This is getting pretty up there.
You're not even a real father.
I missed you so much.
I missed you too, honey.
TJX, what's up, man? Welcome. Another awesome streamer. How are you doing, TJX? How are you feeling? I think we're heading towards the end of this game right now. Just chilling, got home from work about an hour ago.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Warframer Roberts, welcome. I'm assuming you like Warframe. Welcome to the stream. This is not Warframe, but it's pretty entertaining.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Vincenzo's Theater of the Unreal.
I got the lights on.
We'll talk about this after.
Ladies and gentlemen, a physicist named Albert Einstein tells us that our universe may not be the only one. There may be infinite others, each slightly different from ours.
That's
Our
interesting.
dreams in our world may be reality in those. To citizens of these other worlds, we
Think my value might be low. Is it low for anybody else?
This appears
Yeah,
to
I've been
you to be
talking
an
this whole
ordinary
time.
box, but it is actually what we call a tesseract, or an octocoron. Suppose I open it, not in the 3
Not
dimensions
the
we
Tesseract,
live
please.
in, but along its 4th dimension.
Like Loki all over again.
I can take out surprising things, things that are familiar and yet strange.
You finally re-downloaded Dead by Daylight? Nice.
But in this world of shadows, what seems familiar may be dangerous. What you don't know can hurt you.
What the hell?
But what frightens you can also turn into something of surpassing beauty if you only understand it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Yeah, I really sucked at Dead by Daylight. I tried it. I just can't. I'm not good at it. That was actually a pretty good show. It does have a pretty good following, yeah. I know Friska's always about that life. She loves that Dead by Daylight for sure.
What are you up to, Johnny? You're up to something, aren't you?
I tried, Kat. I really tried. Mom was right. I made a lot of promises I couldn't keep.
What is with you?
Without you, I'd be in the river.
But it worked out, Daddy.
I nearly got you hurt, kiddo.
You would have saved me if I needed it.
How about you, Don?
Enjoy the show?
I want you to meet the little girl who turned the lights back on.
You made the lighthouse work?
I fixed the puppet show, too. And the pirate ship.
You fixed the pirate ship?
It was only a little broken.
See? She's almost as smart as you. Of course, she's brave, too.
What's that supposed to mean?
That you're rich, famous, and afraid of a little girl.
What would you have me do, Mr. Fenris? Take her on my world tour? Take her to Shanghai and Istanbul and those other filthy and dangerous cities as some sort of apprentice? Is that what you came here to propose?
Daddy, no!
I don't know, just... Dee Dee deserves better. They both deserve better. They need you.
I think they need you.
Me? I'm a walking calamity.
No, Daddy, we need
You risked your life to be with them.
Johnny, what did you do?
He nearly got himself killed to get you back. I wouldn't do that for anybody.
But I'm just gonna keep screwing up.
I can help you fix things.
Would you take me back? For good?
Oh, Johnny.
Yay!
Must be some serious.
Would you like to
D.
see my workshop? Again?
Yeah.
I bet you get to Shanghai on your own
episode of
steam.
Maury.
But how?
Well, you'll figure something out. After all, you are my daughter.
How'd you do that? I thought only Dawn could do that.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? Thanks for taking care of Dee Dee.
What?
Went and left me, but you never
Okay.
really leave me.
That was an abrupt ending
No
there.
matter what I do, I don't mind when I dream
Like what?
that I've been scalded by steam, but I tried not
I feel like there's gotta be something else going on there. Like, is there gonna be a sequel? Cause
say you're sorry, but you're never really sorry. Wish I could fall for someone new. Wouldn't mind if I dreamed that I drowned in a stream. But
hey,
I
Johnny was a placeholder or a horrible one, and her real father has trashed you. Apparently, he has some kind of abilities. I'm trying to figure out how Dom fits into everything, though. I missed some of the pieces. Some of the pieces of the story, I guess, in the notes. It must have been something else I missed.
He'll do you wrong, but you kiss me.
You love the music? Yeah, the music is really nice.
Why?
I needed more of this during the actual game.
And every dream begins.
But that was a contrast, guys. We actually ended up playing that for about 4.5 hours, almost 5 hours.
Then it goes to hell
Not bad.
completely. You said you love me.
Her mother, I can't even freaking begin on her. I mean, you know, her mom was you know, trying.
You went and left me.
Those contrasts, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. So that was a fun little adventure.
No matter
I feel like I didn't quite solve the entire mystery of what happened. We kind of understand the family dynamic, but I don't get Don. I got all the notes except for one. I'm missing one note right here. Got the rest.
say you're sorry, but you're never really sorry. Wish I could fall for
I'm not sure if maybe like
wouldn't mind if I dreamed that I drowned in a stream.
this is the only one that seems to give more story here about
You when I met you.
like Vincenzo made someone disappear and they didn't come back. I'm assuming that this is her. This is clearly Don and Vincenzo. This is in 1900 though, so that's like 20 years earlier. Maybe this illusion actually came true and she got stuck in the shadow world. They don't mention them. They don't mention a name here at all, so you can't tell who it is.
You're sweet, sincere, and so untrue.
Where's the other note?
A night I don't dream.
Missing illusionist? Yeah, Miss Aurora Rose. So
I can't stop dreaming about
seems to be like it's a common thing in that family. What this says.
not to dream about you.
Yeah, I think the soundtrack is pretty nice. Pretty quality.
About
It shows the real dad could do the shadow shit, yeah. And so who you played wasn't imaginary, probably knew the dad, or like creepy adult versions of the daughter. I'm thinking that she inherited the power that the family did, since she's the daughter of what's his face, and he's a part of the bloodline. His name is there. All the mystery DVD, live up to the Noir November, get that sleuth on. I mean, like that's what I would assume. That someone actually disappeared here, a former assistant.
you say you're sorry, but you're never
Cocaine and Coca-Cola, yes.
wish I could
Yeah, she disappeared, and the Mr. Artur Luslu was in the same bloodline as the guy here, Vincenzo. This is his I guess his maiden name. So I'm guessing that's the bloodline. I'm not sure if Dawn is the assistant from the 1900s, or if she's, this has to be early 1900s. I'm not sure if Dawn is the first assistant, or if she's part of something else. It's interesting. I want to look into it now. Okay, well, if Johnny knows this, because he does, why the hell doesn't he say anything? Johnny seems to be incompetent of doing anything correctly in this game, so I can't really tell you on that one. But that was an interesting game, guys. I'm definitely satisfied with that one. Let me put some more sounds on. I'm gonna switch screens. We just chatted a little bit here before I call it a night. But thank you guys for hanging out for first installment of Noir in November. It's been a pretty chill night. Really enjoyed myself. Yeah, we got to play a game like this. He knows because he's trying to help out the guy running the circus. So all of these folks have failed this shot. Yeah, it's pretty trash for Dee Dee, I would say. But yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the other games. Contrast was definitely pretty interesting. I'm glad you guys are liking it. It's a pretty cool theme, I think, and something I've been thinking about doing for a while. So I'm glad it's working out pretty well. I gotta show someone else some love. I want to thank you guys for all hanging out. Thank you for all the love and support. The hosts, shout out to Deacon, A-Town, you know, Siren, Sizzle, Haruka was in here earlier, hanging out. Nighthawk, thank you for the host as well. TGX, Vodka, you guys are all hanging out too. Marrow. It's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna blow up my list here.